Material actually goes into a specific Canadian contract model
Okay.
called CCDC 30,
All right.
and it's all about this idea of integrated project delivery.
Mm,
So trying to get everyone on the same page, working together as a team, rather than, if something goes wrong, it's like, oh, what's your fault?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finger pointing.
Exactly.
Yeah. No more of that.
And BIM seems to be a key ingredient in making that happen.
Absolutely. I mean, for so long, construction contracts have been these static documents, focused on like dividing up responsibilities and trying to predict every possible thing that could go wrong.
Right.
But BIM really changes that the contract itself becomes part of that collaborative process.
So it's like the contract becomes alive.
In a way, yeah, it's constantly evolving along with the project itself.
And so this CCDC 30, it really emphasizes using BIM to create this central hub of information
Yes, exactly.
that everyone on the project can access.
Think of it like a digital blueprint, but on steroids,
Okay.
constantly being updated in real time.
So no more architects like, drawing sketches on napkins,
Hopefully not.
hoping that the contractor will understand it.
Yeah, exactly. No more misinterpretations.
So that shared understanding is huge.
Hmm.
I mean, it cuts down on miscommunication, those annoying change orders that always seem to come up.
Absolutely, and potentially even legal disputes down the line.
Yeah, no one wants to go to court over a building project.
Exactly. BIM can help avoid a lot of those headaches.
That's a relief for everyone involved.
Right.
But let's talk about something that probably keeps construction managers up at night.
Okay,
Risk management.
sure.
I'm seeing in our sources that BIM is almost like a superhero when it comes to spotting problems before they even happen.
It is pretty amazing in that regard.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful aspects is what we call clash detection.
Clash detection.
So imagine you're building a hospital, right? Very complex project.
Yeah.
And in the design, the plumbing pipes are accidentally routed right through a critical electrical conduit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, with traditional 2D blueprints, you might not catch that until you're literally on site trying to fit those pipes in.
And then,
Nightmare scenario, right?
yeah, you got to rip everything out, start over, delay the whole
Yep.
project.
Exactly. It can be incredibly costly.
Not a good look.
No, not at all. But with BIM, you can spot those clashes virtually before a single shovel hits the ground.
Oh, wow.
The software analyzes the model, flags those conflicts, and boom, you've averted a major headache.
So it's like a virtual detective sniffing out those hidden issues.
Ah, I like that analogy.
I'm starting to see why people are so excited about this.
It's not just about avoiding problems, though. BIM can actually lead to more creative and efficient solutions as well.
Right.
When everyone has access to that detailed 3D model, they can explore different options, optimize designs, and even experiment with innovative materials or construction techniques.
So it's not just about preventing disaster, it's about opening up new possibility.
Exactly. It's about making the project better in every way.
I love that. And this ties into another huge benefit we've been talking about, which is efficiency in decision making.
Yes, definitely.
Imagine being able to show a client a virtual walkthrough of their building before anything's even built.
Absolutely. It's a game changer.
That's got to be so much better than trying to understand a stack of blueprints.
It really is, and it helps keep the project on budget and on schedule as well, because there are no surprises halfway through.
Right. No more oh, actually, I wanted a skylight in the lobby.
Exactly. With BIM, you're essentially creating a virtual as-built model so everyone knows exactly what they're getting.
A virtual as-built model. That's a great way to put it. It's a win-win for the client and the construction team.
Absolutely. Everyone benefits.
Okay, so BIM's clearly amazing during the design and construction phases.
Yeah.
But what happens to all that data once the building is actually finished?
Right.
Does it just get archived and forgotten about?
That's a great question, and it's something that's starting to get a lot more attention.
Okay.
You see, that incredibly detailed BIM model doesn't just disappear after construction. It transitions into this powerful tool for managing that building throughout its entire life cycle.
So it's not just about building it right. It's about managing it right for years to come.
Exactly. It's a long-term investment.
So if you needed to renovate a wing of a hospital 20 years from now
Exactly.
with a BIM model, you could instantly see where every pipe duct and wire is hidden in the walls.
That's right. No more tearing down walls just to figure out what's going on.
Wow. I never even thought about that.
It can save a ton of time, money, and headaches.
Those BIM models could be a building manager's best friend.
Absolutely. They're a goldmine of information.
And because of that, are contracts starting to become more specific about who owns the BIM data, how it's accessed and maintained,
They are, yes.
and how it could be used for facility management down the line?
Exactly. It's shifting the mindset from just building something to managing a valuable asset for the long haul.
I see. So it's like thinking about the building's whole life, not just the construction phase.
Exactly. BIM is all about the big picture.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here about how BIM is like shaking up construction contracts
Yeah.
and the whole industry, really. But I'm curious about the bigger picture, like where is all this amazing tech headed in the future?
Mm. That is the question, isn't it?
What's the next frontier for BIM?
Well, if we zoom out and look at the broader technological landscape, it's clear that BIM's evolution is kind of intertwined with some of the most exciting advancements out there. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, the Internet of Things, you name it.
Okay, my mind is officially buzzing. Paint me a picture of what this future might look like. Are we talking like robot construction workers and buildings that design themselves?
Maybe not quite that sci-fi, but we're definitely moving towards a world where buildings are more intelligent and responsive than ever before. Imagine a BIM model that's not just a static representation, but a dynamic living system that can learn and adapt in real time.
Whoa, hold on, living system. So like the building itself becomes intelligent.
In a sense, yes. Think about sensors embedded throughout the structure, temperature, humidity, vibration, you name it all. That data feeds back into the BIM model, providing constant updates on everything from energy consumption to structural integrity.
So it's like the building has its own nervous system, constantly monitoring its health and performance.
I love that analogy, and here's where AI comes in. Those algorithms can analyze that mountain of sensor data, optimize building systems for efficiency, predict maintenance needs before something breaks down, and even alert managers to potential problems before they become major issues.
Wow, we're talking about buildings that can practically diagnose and heal themselves.
It is pretty remarkable, and think about the implications for sustainability, optimizing energy use, reducing waste, making buildings more resilient in the face of climate change.
That raises an interesting question, though. With all this automation and intelligence, what happens to the role of humans in construction and building management? Are we all going to be out of a job?
That's a valid concern and one that we need to be thinking about carefully, but I believe that while some tasks will undoubtedly become automated, it doesn't mean humans will be out of the picture. In fact, it might free us up to focus on the things that humans do best: creativity, critical thinking, problem solving.
So instead of being replaced by robots, we'll be working alongside them.
Exactly, and maybe even managing them, we might see a shift from traditional construction roles to more specialized positions, data analysts, BIM integration specialists, AI ethics consultants, and the possibilities are endless.
It's exciting to think about how this technology is not just changing the way we build, but also reshaping the nature of work in the construction industry.
Absolutely, and it goes beyond individual buildings. Imagine city-scale BIM models that integrate data from buildings, infrastructure, transportation systems, even social and environmental factors. That kind of holistic understanding could revolutionize urban planning and help us create smarter, more sustainable cities.
Whoa, now we're talking smart buildings,
Yeah.
smart cities. It feels like BIM is at the heart of a much bigger transformation in the way we design, build, and live in our world.
I couldn't agree more, and that's why it's so crucial for us to embrace this technology, not just as a cool new tool, but as a catalyst for innovation, collaboration, and a more sustainable future.
Well said. So to wrap things up, it seems like BIM is more than just a passing trend. It's a fundamental shift in the way we approach the built environment. It's about using data and technology to create buildings that are not only functional and beautiful, but also intelligent, adaptable, and responsive to the needs of the people who use them.
Beautifully put. And as BIM continues to evolve, I believe we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
With deep divers, there you have it. Our epic exploration of BIM and construction contracts. We've covered a lot of ground, from the nitty-gritty details of contract clauses to the mind-blowing possibilities of smart buildings and cities. But most importantly, we've hopefully sparked your curiosity and inspired you to keep exploring the incredible potential of this transformative technology. So, till next time, keep diving deep.
And it's not just for maintenance. Either think about renovations or just, routine upgrades.
Right.
Having that BIM model as a reference can just really save so much time and guesswork.
Okay, so I'm starting to see how BIM is like having this digital twin of the building
Yeah.
that you can refer to for its entire life.
Exactly.
It feels like BIM is at the heart of a much bigger transformation in the way we design, build, and live in the world.
I couldn't agree more, and that's why it's so important for us to embrace this technology, not just as a cool new tool, but as a catalyst for innovation, collaboration, and a more sustainable future.
Well said. All right, so to wrap things up, it seems like BIM is more than just a passing trend. It's a fundamental shift in the way we think about the built environment. It's about using data and technology to create buildings that are not only functional and beautiful, but also intelligent, adaptable, and responsive to the needs of the people who use them.
Beautifully put. And as BIM continues to evolve, I think we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
Well, deep divers, there you have it, our deep dive into BIM and construction contracts. We covered a lot, from the nitty-gritty details of contracts to the mind-blowing possibilities of smart buildings and cities. But hopefully we've sparked your curiosity and inspired you to explore this transformative technology. So until next time, keep on diving deep.